Ah yes, Disney housing. A wonderful place to live when you're on your Disney college program. But sometimes it could be a little scary moving into this new place, especially without a car. But luckily, I am here and I am going to explain to you how these buses work. Well, hello there! As you can see, I am in my costume, and that's because I will be heading to work soon, and I'm about to throw a lot of information at you about busing, but I wanted to show you just how easy it is. It may seem overwhelming, but it's really not. So, if you don't know, I work in Hollywood Studios in Toy Story Land, and today I work at 4 o'clock. Which in military time is 1600, so that is something important that you need to know about doing the Disney College program, is that you will have to learn military time. So yes, today I work at 1600, aka 4 o'clock, and generally I like to show up to work about half an hour before my shift starts, just in case I need to drop off a costume or pick up a new one, or in case there's any traffic. So that's what I do. And right here I have my E-bus schedule, which is the bus that takes you to Hollywood Studios. And because I work at 1600, I would like to arrive around 15:30. And right here there's a bus at 15:29, which is perfect. And if you go back from that time, you can see that the bus comes to Chatham Square at 14:45, which is the time I will take the bus, so I can get there at 15:29, so I could be there half an hour before my shift that starts at 1600. It may seem like a lot, but it's super easy, I promise, and that's it. That is how I figure out the bus to work every day. Alright, let's get to it. So, first things first, and above all, you absolutely have to download the Crystal Rider app. This is what it looks like. It's a little C, blue C there. You have to download this if you're planning on taking the buses for housing, because it has everything and all the information that you'd ever need. So when you first open it up, this is what the screen looks like. And this is specifically for buses for the Disney College program. So it's meant to help you. So when you click that screen, it'll open up and show you this live map of where the buses are at all times. And it's kind of like the Uber app, where you could see the bus like moving on the road and see how close it is, and then it tells you times. So like 1 minute away, 2, 9. It shows you live where the buses are in case maybe it's running a little early, a little late. So I know this scared me when I first started my program. I mean, I'm pretty good with public transportation because I live in New Jersey and I used to work in New York. So I'm kind of familiar with trains and buses and how they work. But if you're someone who is not familiar, it could definitely be overwhelming, especially because with the Disney College program, there are routes A through M. And all these different routes take you to different places. But luckily, with the Crystal Rider app, there is a section that you can go to. So there's like 3 little bars on the top of the app, and it will take you to these schedules. And right down here, you could choose which route you would like to follow and see where it goes. So it shows all of them there. But I know it's a lot to learn and figure out, so I'm gonna give you a rough idea of which routes go where. So maybe if you know where you're working, or you just want to write it down for future reference, you could do that easily right now. So we're gonna start with route A. Another important thing to mention before I go into each route is, on your Traditions Day, there's no need to worry about having to follow the schedule to get to your traditions class. So I thought that, I was like flipping out, but they'll actually give you an email that will explain a certain bus time. And this bus is not like the usual schedule. It's like a big fancy bus, and they'll take you to Traditions that way. Yeah, it was parked right outside where all the other buses are, and it's explained. I mean, most everyone else here is on the same boat as you, so I wouldn't worry about your transportation to Traditions. Another thing I forgot to mention is that it's very easy telling which buses are which when they come to the station, because they are all color-coded. So even if you're blind like me and don't have your glasses on, if you see the particular color that you're looking for, you know you're getting on the right bus. And there are little stickers in the window that let you know which bus is which. All right, let's give it up for Route A. As you can see, it is like a reddish color. And Route A generally will take you to Magic Kingdom, also West Clock, which is the parking lot of Magic Kingdom for cast members, and also Disney University. So if and when you have classes that you have to take before you officially start working, they're going to be at Disney University, and you're going to want to take the A bus to the last stop. It's going to be pretty obvious because you will literally see Disney University at the stop. But if you're not sure, like, don't be afraid to ask other people or even the driver. They're generally pretty nice, so they'll help you out. The A route starts at the Commons and goes to Chatham, Vista Way, also goes to the Wilderness Lodge and the Contemporary Resort. Then the final stop is the Magic Kingdom West Clock, which something you also need to know if you're working in Magic Kingdom. I'm very sorry. I have a friend, hi Kelsey, who works there, and I don't know how she does it, because you take the bus to West Clock, and then from West Clock you actually have to take another shuttle bus to get to the utilidors, which is the underground little tunnels that you take when you work in Magic Kingdom. So you have to take 2 buses if you're working there. All right, it's time for Route B. So Route B is a yellowish color there, and this one is basically Route A. It just has different stops before it heads to Magic Kingdom, West Clock, Disney University, which is all the same stop. But instead of the Wilderness Lodge and the other stops that I mentioned, it goes from Commons, Chatham Square, Vista Way, and then it goes to the Polynesian Resort, the Grand Floridian, and then finally stops at Magic Kingdom, a West Clock parking lot. So again, if you take this bus and you're going to Magic Kingdom and you're working there, you're gonna have to take the little shuttle bus to the utilidors. I highly, 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 highly recommend that if you are going to Magic Kingdom for fun and you have to take a bus, you definitely should take the bus to either the Polynesian or Grand Floridian Resort. That way you can either take the monorail or you can even take the boat to Magic Kingdom, and it's actually really nice. Honestly, I constantly go to the Polynesian Resort because I'm obsessed with it and I love it so much. So that's my go-to if I'm going to Magic Kingdom. I'll take the bus to the Polynesian Resort, and then I'll go from there to Magic Kingdom, usually taking the boat because it's cute and fun. All right, so now we're on to Route C. So Route C is a navyish bluish color there, and generally Route C takes you to Epcot. It's a very short and self-explanatory route. It starts at Chatham Square, it goes to the Commons, Vista Way, and then to Epcot Cast Services. And then within that, it also goes to Health Services, which is if you have any issues or you're injured on the job or anything like that, you can go to Health Services and they can help you out there with that. I personally have never worked in Epcot, but I have taken this bus to Epcot to go for fun, and it's a pain in the butt. So if you're going to Epcot, I highly recommend taking the bus to the Boardwalk Hotel and then walking from there to Epcot. Kind of like the A or B bus going to Magic Kingdom, there's a bus you have to take backstage to get to the front of Epcot, because you have to remember these buses take you to the cast service areas or like the backstage areas of these parks, because they're meant for us to be working, but also, you know, you can go for pleasure as well. So you just have to kind of walk your way to the front of the parks. That goes for every single one of the parks, but it's pretty easy. And when I didn't know where I was going, I just followed the people that did, and then I learned that way. But yes, the C route takes you to Epcot generally, and then From that backstage, you have to go through cast services, so you're gonna have to scan your ID to get in, go through the little spinny doors, and you walk through there, and then you have to take a bus to the front of the park. It is very confusing though, but like, I promise you, if you just ask people, they'll be able to help you out. Or just find a friend who has a car and only go to Epcot when you have a friend who has a car. Yeah. And we are now on Route D. So I've honestly never taken this route ever. It seems like it's just resorts. It's all resorts. So if you work at a resort, would you look at that?
Hello!
It's a wild Olivia in her natural habitat.
It is. My eyelashes look intense right now.
They look great.
Yeah, I just got back from filming.
Ooh, filming.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. In November.
What bus do you take to get to work? Well, you work in all over the place, so.
To get to Magic Kingdom, I usually take the A bus. Or there's the B bus, but then that stops at the Transportation Ticket Service Center.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. After it goes to West Clock. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A and B bus. Okay. Have fun.
Thanks. So the D bus takes you to Vista Way, Chatham Square, Port Orleans, French Quarter, and Riverside. Disney Event Group, I don't know what that is, to be honest. Saratoga Springs, Golf Turnaround, Saratoga Springs Cast Services, and Old Key West. I honestly don't know what half of that means, but if you work in one of those places, the D route. And now we have made it to Route E, which is the bus I take to work every day. So Route E is a green color, and it takes you mainly to Hollywood Studios, which is where I work in Toy Story Land. Yay! I'm kind of mad because in the beginning of my program, the bus only went to Hollywood Studios and the complexes, and that was basically it. But recently they changed the schedules, which is something to keep in mind. They usually put little postings or send you emails, but schedules do change. They do take away or add different stops, so that's something to keep in mind. So Route E anyways starts Chatham Square, goes to the Commons, Vista Way, then it goes to Hollywood Studios Cast Services, and then Swan and Dolphin and the Yacht and Beach Club, which still is a pretty short little thing. I know a lot about the E-bus, so generally it takes me, because I'm the first stop as Chatham Square, I have to go through the other complexes. It's generally like a 40-45 minute ride, which it goes super fast, honestly. I just have my headphones and my music and I'm chilling. It's great, it's good, it's a good time. And that brings us to Route F, which is a purpley color. I may have taken the F route once, maybe, because this is the bus you take to get to casting when you have casting. It will be the very last stop of the casting route, because it starts at Vista Way, that goes to the Commons, Chatham Square, Typhoon Lagoon, and Disney Springs, which when you stop at the Disney Springs, you're gonna have to go upstairs, walk over the highway, downstairs, and then Disney Springs will be there. But it's pretty easy, there's signs and everything. And then after that, it goes to casting. Next, we have the G route, which is like a dark purpley gray color. This is another one that I've never taken in my life, and honestly, I don't see it that often. But it seems to run fairly often. So this one, I guess, generally takes you to different resorts as well as ESPN World. So if you work there, this is the bus you take. So it goes to Chatham Square, Vista Way, Caribbean Beach, Old Port Royale, Pop Century, Art of Animation, and ESPN World. Alright, so the H bus is going to be a very important bus that you will need to know if you want to eat and have groceries, because this H bus of this blue color here is what takes you to Walmart, Publix, Walgreens, so all that good stuff. Now the one thing that is really awful about this bus is that it takes forever. So definitely invest in one of those little bags that like keeps things cool and hot, because more than once I have had frozen goods just completely melt. But this route takes you to Vista Way, Commons, also goes to Patterson, which this is probably like the only bus that goes to Patterson, which is nice. Chatham Square, then it goes to Walmart. It goes to the US Post Office as well, so if you need to send a package or mail. And then it takes you to Publix and Walgreens. Again, it's a very long route, but if you're desperate and you need food, this is how you do it. So I just realized this looking through here, there's actually no iBus. Do I know why? No, but we go from H to J. That's fine. And the J bus, which is like a mustard color there, takes you to Animal Kingdom, which I take this bus a lot because I love Animal Kingdom. It's my favorite park. This is another route that's pretty long, but it's worth it because I love Animal Kingdom. So this bus goes to Vista Way, the Commons, Chatham Square, and it goes to Disney's Animal Kingdom costuming. So your costuming, unlike me in Hollywood Studios, is a completely different stop from the backstage of Animal Kingdom. So if you're gonna have to pick up costumes, give your costumes back, you're gonna have to leave a lot of extra time. You're gonna have like an hour to wait for the next bus just to get to work from costuming. I'm sorry if you work in Animal Kingdom, but also Animal Kingdom is awesome. From costuming, it will go to Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is a resort. And then from there, it finally goes to the Animal Kingdom cast parking, which is backstage, but it's not. It's parking. It's like right behind the buses that the normal people take. Now the K bus is this fine yellow, bright yellow highlighter color. And the K bus goes to a crazy amount of places. This is probably the longest bus you will ever take on this program because look at this. Look at how many stops there are. It's a lot. And I know they added to it. So we got Vista Way, we got Chatham Square, we got All-Star Cast Services. Then it goes to all the All-Star resorts separately. So it goes to All-Star Sports, All-Star Music, All-Star Movies. Then it goes to Blizzard Beach, Coronado Springs, Cast Connections. Ding, ding, ding. This is the main stop that you're gonna wanna love with the K-Bus. Cast Connections. If you're not familiar with what Cast Connections is, it's basically this giant warehouse where Disney puts things that they're no longer selling to the general public, and it's super discounted. From Cast Connections, it then goes to the boardwalk randomly. Would you look at that? There's no L either. I guess that makes sense, because I guess a lot of people would confuse the I and the L bus. Disney's smart, they know what they're doing. So the M bus will take you to Vista Way, the Commons, Patterson, Chatham Square, and the Florida Mall. And it's funny because in tiny little print under Florida Mall it says, by Crayola Experience. I'm gonna have to take this. I'm actually really interested. My next day off, I think I'm gonna go to the mall. Can I afford to buy stuff? Absolutely not, but it'll be cool to check that out. So that basically sums up how the busing works here on the Disney College program. I hope that helps a little bit and maybe makes you a little less fearful about how it works. Again, Crystal Rider app is the app you need to download. It'll have everything you need. It'll have the live track of how close the buses are. It'll have all the schedules for you. So definitely download that app, look through it if you're planning on taking the bus while you're down here. If you have any questions, just comment down below. I'll be sure to get back to you ASAP about it. I really hope this video helped. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video where my boyfriend comes to Disney for the first time ever.